Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. RHOBH, Mauricio Umansky slammed, exploiting deadly wildfires for personal gain. RHOBH house husband, Mauricio Umansky is being slammed as fans feel he exploited the deadly wildfires for personal gain. He has his real estate firm, the agency, and though he has offered to help, it felt more like solicitation. So, what did Kyle Richards' estranged husband have to say? Keep reading for more details. For the last decade, RHOBH fans have watched as Mauricio Umansky built his real estate business from the ground up. He started working with his brother-in-law, Rick Hilton. Yet Mauricio was excelling, so he wanted more from Hilton and Highland. Unfortunately, they were not willing to give him what he asked, and then he was offered the opportunity to go out on his own. Although he knew it could fracture his wife's relationship with her sister, Kathy Hilton, and Rick, they were willing to take the risk and a chance. It paid off immensely, and Mauricio went on to open dozens of offices for his real estate firm, the agency. They were global, and Kyle was by his side for the grand openings, supporting him constantly. Sadly, in July 2023, the couple called it quits after nearly 30 years together. He moved out of their home and has been dating up a storm. However, he has gotten in some loan trouble, and now the father of 4 is being called out for exploiting the deadly wildfires for his personal gain. According to Reality Blurb, Mauricio shared a post that was supposed to be helpful, but came off as tone deaf. He took to Instagram to say he was praying for California and all of those who were affected. More so, Mauricio shared that he and the agency would do whatever they could do to help. Not everyone thought this was genuine and expressed their disdain. Helping how? Charging $50 million for a house. We all know that is exactly what he meant. Helping by selling multi-million-dollar houses. How about opening up extra rooms or houses to those in need or displaced? Although some felt Mauricio Umansky was just being a typical businessman, others believed he was genuine and sincerely cared. They could sense his heartbreak and defended the RHOBH star. I read that people felt he was trying to sell real estate. WTF. His post was compassionate and caring about people. He's a decent man. Absolutely devastating. Please let us know the best way for our community to support everyone right now. He then added another post that included a donation and resource center through the agency. It was running from January 12th through 19th, so that further proved he really did want to do whatever he could to help those affected. What a big heart and generous spirit. Being of service in this way will make a huge difference for people ravaged by the fires. Thank you for showing up this way. Do you believe that Mauricio was using this as a business opportunity and to look good? Or was he genuinely torn apart and wanted to do some good? Let us know and watch RHOBH Tuesdays on Bravo. In a world where fame and fortune often go hand in hand with public scrutiny, Mauricio Umansky, a prominent real estate mogul and husband of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Kyle Richards, has found himself at the center of a storm of criticism. The backlash stems from allegations that he exploited the recent deadly wildfires ravaging California for personal gain, drawing attention to the ethical and moral implications of such actions in the midst of tragedy. The tragic wildfires that have ravaged parts of California in recent years have left devastation in their wake. Lives have been lost, homes reduced to ash, and entire communities displaced. The fires are not just a natural disaster, they are a human tragedy, with people scrambling to find safety while others attempt to rebuild from the ground up. For many, the fires symbolize the fight for survival in an increasingly hostile environment. Yet, amidst this devastation, the spotlight turned to Umansky in a way no one could have anticipated. The controversy began when Umansky, who owns the agency, a luxury real estate firm, was accused of using the calamity to market and promote his business. In a now infamous Instagram post, he shared a picture of a destroyed mansion, a victim of the wildfires, with a caption that many perceived as a thinly veiled attempt to profit from the disaster. The image, showing a charred structure with smoke still billowing in the distance, was accompanied by a message that some interpreted as focusing more on the potential real estate opportunity rather than the loss of life and property. The post read, "In times like these, there's an opportunity to rebuild. Tell me for more details on how we can make this property social media users were quick to slam Umansky for what they saw as a tone-deaf and exploitative move. Critics argued that it was distasteful for a real estate agent to capitalize on such a horrific event, especially given that families were grieving and struggling to find basic necessities like food, water, and shelter. To them, it seemed like Umansky was using the destruction of people's lives as a stepping stone to grow his business, putting profits ahead of human compassion. As backlash mounted, Umansky attempted to defend his actions. In a subsequent interview, he explained that he never intended to profit from the tragedy, and that his post was meant to raise awareness about the possibilities of rebuilding homes in fire-affected areas. He claimed that, as a real estate agent, part of his job involved finding and selling properties, including those that had been damaged. He insisted that he wanted to help homeowners rebuild and find their dream homes, but critics were unconvinced. The situation raised larger questions about the ethics of real estate professionals who operate in areas prone to natural disasters. Is it appropriate for agents to market damaged properties in times of crisis, or does this cross a moral line? How can professionals balance the need for business growth with the need for sensitivity and empathy in the face of human suffering? Mauricio Umansky's actions come at a time when the real estate industry is under increasing scrutiny for its role in contributing to social and environmental issues. Critics argue that the commercialization of natural disasters through branding, marketing, and real estate transactions only serves to deepen the divide between the wealthy and the less fortunate, particularly in areas that are vulnerable to climate change and environmental catastrophe. With natural disasters becoming more frequent and severe due to climate change, the question of how to ethically conduct business in these contexts has never been more pressing. In addition to the ethical concerns, the way Umansky approached the marketing of properties in wildfire-affected regions sparked discussions about the role of wealth in disaster recovery. The luxury real estate market, which Umansky operates in, has long been seen as an exclusive domain for the rich, and critics argue that promoting expensive properties in devastated areas might only serve to further alienate those who are already struggling. This situation also sparked debate on social media, where the intersection of celebrity culture, wealth, and tragedy often leads to quick judgment. Fans of the Real Housewives franchise, especially those who follow the lives of Kyle Richards and her family, were divided in their reactions. Some came to Umansky's defense, arguing that as a businessman, he was simply doing his job and that his offer to help rebuild homes was part of his professional responsibility. They pointed out that real estate agents often market properties that have been damaged or destroyed, and that Umansky's post was not unique in that regard. Others, however, found the timing and tone of the post to be utterly inappropriate, accusing him of using a crisis for self-promotion. What makes the situation even more complicated is the fact that Mauricio Umansky is no stranger to the spotlight. As the husband of one of reality TV's most famous stars, Kyle Richards, he has built a public persona that blends wealth, luxury, and business success. The Umanskys are a high-profile couple with a large following, and many fans are invested in their lives both on and off the screen. This visibility, however, also means that every move they make is scrutinized, with little room for error. As the controversy grew, Umansky continued to try and repair his image. He issued an apology, acknowledging that the post had been poorly worded and that he had not intended to cause harm. He expressed his genuine concern for the victims of the wildfires and vowed to donate a portion of his business profits to support recovery efforts in affected communities. But for many, the apology felt hollow, a public relations move rather than a heartfelt gesture. The damage to his reputation had already been done, and no amount of damage control could completely erase the stain left by his earlier actions. The backlash against Umansky serves as a reminder that in a world where branding, marketing, and social media dominate, even the smallest misstep can have significant consequences. In an era where personal gain is often placed above moral considerations, public figures like Umansky must tread carefully when navigating the intersection of business and disaster. The line between promotion and exploitation can be thin, and in this case, Mauricio Umansky's actions have sparked a broader conversation about the role of privilege and sensitivity in times of crisis.